Welcome back everyone to part 2 of the current top 10 Clone Hero FCs. In part 1 we covered the bottom 5, 10 to 6, and in this video we'll be going over the highly coveted top 5. I do want to reiterate that everything in these videos is my opinion, and I'd love to hear in the comments what you'd rank differently in my top 5. All that being said, sit back, relax, and enjoy. We're going to cover 3 honorable mentions first that didn't quite make the list, but I feel like they should be given some credit before we continue. These FCs would all easily make my top 20 list, and they are Obsidian, What No Effort Sounds Like, and Dreamcatcher Endless Setlist. Most people expected I would rank Obsidian somewhere in the top 5, and I'm sure it's a shocker to see it doesn't even make my top 10, but here's why. Obsidian is a fantastic, well-rounded FC, jam-packed with fast, awkward strumming, some tapping, and finishes with the iconic Doomsday D to Message to Blue sections. If this list was made last year, Obsidian would likely top it, but that just goes to show how much a list like this can change in 1 year. It's one legendary track that will go down in Guitar Hero and Clone Hero history, and it will always be elite tier. Although I do believe that Obsidian will see more FCs similar to what Prevail and Crisis City are seeing. A little harder than Obsidian, similar in chord difficulty, is What No Effort Sounds Like. This is a short song basically made with no effort. And the standout sections are the wacky solo 2 chords and the similar outro chords. Not much more can be said about this besides the fact that grinding it is completely terrible because of the chokeable outro. I'll have to personally go through this song to finish an effortful series FC one day, so that'll be interesting. And the final honorable mention, the best one in my opinion, is Dreamcatcher Endless Setlist. I would like to direct everyone's attention to the length of this song, which is just shy of 3 fucking hours. This FC is the entire Dreamcatcher discography, every song back to back. I heavily debated putting this somewhere in the top 10, but ultimately decided not to. It's really hard to rank something like this because the difficulty is very subjective. The songs within this FC are not particularly difficult themselves, but put them back to back for 3 hours, and you've got a monster grind. I say that the difficulty is subjective because someone may personally not see the length as a challenge. But if this is your viewpoint, just imagine you are attempting an FC and then miss right at the end. I don't know a single person that would be okay with restarting the song after that. One more thing I should mention is that this is currently the world record for the longest Guitar Hero or Clone Hero FC, and it will likely stay that way for a while. And now the moment we've all been waiting for. Coming in at the number 5 spot on this list, we have Metallica AXS Solo Medley, full comboed by Frif. This is a 19-minute solo medley, packed with some of Meta AXS's hardest solos. Notable sections are every solo from The Good Ending, every solo from Cataclysm, and Sunrise Solo 3 with a looped ending, but that is not even nearly all this song has to offer. This solo medley in particular was always a popular one with top CH players. It offers a ton of every tapping skill set. I can personally remember playing this probably over 30 times when online first came out, and we always knew an FC was possible. It was just a matter of who was going to take on the challenge, and when Frif was going to realize it was him who should do it. All jokes aside, we really still can't believe this is FC'd, and it only took Frif 2 days of grinding. A true master of songs that are difficult in length.
What a monster!
Yes! 2 days. It only took 2 days. It only took 2 days. Wow.
Next, at the number 4 spot, we have Supernovae, full comboed by Schmooey. Supernovae is a 15-minute Archwick song that is rightfully placed above Metallica AXS Solo Medley despite being 4 minutes shorter. Supernovae's song layout is quite unique. It features one of its hardest sections towards the beginning, Jarvis's Revenge, and two of its hardest sections right at the end, Solo E to F, with many very chokeable sections in between. Schmooey had quite the history with this song before FCing it, obtaining the first ever FC of Solo F, and obtaining a Tech FC of the song at 140% speed, and even now at 150% speed. And when I suggested a friendly race in April, both he and I started doing the first serious FC runs of the full song. He would ultimately win the race on May 4th, and I remain with a -13 run from a couple days before. Supernovae carries the same difficulty as many long song FCs before it, but it stands out with having harder individual sections, and having those sections so spread out. A few other players have shown interest in getting this FC for themselves, but for now, it remains completed just once. Climbing up on the list, at number 3, we have another Schmooey full combo, Archwick's Hell. In part 1 of this video, I noted how I Would Never Stop You is debatably the best tapping FC of all time. But this is the song that I personally believe is the best tapping FC of all time. It's relatively short in song length, but makes up for it with non-stop stamina tapping, with awkward patterns changing very frequently, and even a few strumming sections thrown in here and there to add to the madness. Archwick's Hell does a very good job showing off its difficulty, and you can see that it's just a complete nightmare. I touched on this in the last video, but one thing that makes a song so hard that's always switching things up on you is the fact that you have so many methods to create and remember. A short song like this will make up for its length in that sense. Factor on top of that the tapping speed and expertise needed to even consider grinding it, and you've got one absolutely insane FC.
Oh. Fuck.
At the number 2 spot, we have Solus 6, full comboed first by me, and second by Schmooey. The fact that Solus 6 is FC'd, let alone twice, is a complete anomaly. If you're not familiar with the history of this chart, it was made by Exile Lord in 2011 as an April Fool's joke, before Solus 4 and Solus 5 were even made. It was supposed to be an impossible song just for the laughs. And back then, that's what it was. But fast forward 10 years, and it's no longer a joke. The difficult sections in this song, chorded verse, trilled verse, and strumming verse, all had to be figured out with different ridiculous methods to be hit even once for a Tech FC.
Finally.
But I took it upon myself to try to get them all in one perfect run, and close out the Solus series for good. And I did achieve that after some time, and so did Schmooey 2 months later. This song may be short, but clearly makes up for it by having those 3 near impossible sections back to back, and then a very fast and chokeable outro. A few years down the line, I don't believe these will be the only FCs of Solus 6, but you will never be able to discount the difficulty of grinding the full song, or even the individual sections. I just fucking got it!
No way. I am the GOAT!
And finally, The current best Clone Hero FC at the number 1 spot on this list, unsurprisingly to many, is Triathlon, full comboed by Frif. 26 minutes, 25,000 notes, and in my opinion, the undisputed best FC right now. Fast tapping, fast strumming, technicality, you name it. Triathlon has it, and over a song length, again, of 26 minutes. This song was worked on as a big collaboration and released in the middle of 2017. On the original chart preview, you can still see where Frif predicts that no one will hit every section in the song individually. And he doesn't even mention the possibility of a full song FC. Of course anything is possible, and he proves that by working on the song ever since release, and actually doing it this year. In the realm of long song FCs, this is the pinnacle. There will always be new long songs being released, but as far as the short-term future goes, I can't see anything beating it in that aspect, except for maybe Megalodon, which Frif is also quite close to getting. If you can spare the time right now, I would recommend giving this FC a full watch, and just imagine the work that must have gone into this grind. It will be very interesting to see what eventually tops this, or Megalodon down the line. Truly a monumental accomplishment. And I'll go out on a limb and say that I don't personally believe anyone else will FC this song. But I'd love to be proven wrong.
Piss clip.
It's fucking done. It's done.
And there is the final top 10, everyone. In my opinion, these are the current best FCs Clone Hero top players have to offer. And what a list. Every single one of these is the result of monumental effort and dedication, and I would recommend giving all of these players the support they deserve. Also, keep an eye out on songs that are being grinded right now. This list will likely change soon because of a new grade FC, but that's one of the amazing things about this hard-working community. Next year, we'll take another look and see how the list has changed, which will be very interesting. I hope you enjoyed the videos, and have a great day.